Hello guys, for who don't know me, I'm Fogz. I was Supreme Commander in Season 1 and Winter Season. As I did on the last video about Terran, today I go do about Atlac, okay? I go show you some details and builds, etc. Now I go show you some builds, okay? Print screens about builds I did, and after I go explain to you about this race, okay? Hope you enjoy. Okay friends, let's start. So, for a good begin with Atlac, I recommend to you use the heavy blade slave, okay? Because he is good versus biological and is strong. He can handle with some damage, okay? Or you can use blade slave. So you can use like 3 example or 2 heavy blade slaves, and after you can put on backs the silver guardian, okay? Because silver guardian will do damage on mechanical and the blade will just hold on the damage, you know. It's like a front line, as I told you on the videos. Always you need front line, back line, okay? So blade is good versus biological and silver versus mechanical. Example, if you go versus Terran, maybe your opponent will do your onboard riders, example, or you'll do some heavy flame towers too. So you need to be prepared, and you can do these 2 units for try counter him, okay? Some people don't use it. Some people have a good rune, meaning Tycoon. It gives you more essence on the beginning. You can use it for by the shield slave example, because it's a strong unit and it can work versus some heavy flame towers too, can hold some damage, so it's a good option if you will lose the front line with heavy blade slave example, okay? So buy it and you can hold some damage, and after you can do more basic units, or you can build or buy staff slave, you choose, okay? So the important on this game is you understand what is mechanical and biological, for you understand what you can do for counter, okay? This is very important. You can use example to Gospel Chanter. If you don't have it, you can use the Rat Chanter or the Agi Chanter. They are good, it works too. For example, give you some damage, some shield regen, and the other more attack damage, so it's a good option too, okay? Like you can do like 2, you don't need more, I think it's enough. And you can for air Skywatch example, if you have a map you begin on air or destroy the objective on air, you can use the Skywatch, or you can use the Shadow Skywatch. I use the Skywatch, just the first one, because you have more defense, I mean more health, so you can resist more. That's why I use it. If your opponent don't have, if he's Terran, of course, because this is a build for Terran, okay, versus Terran, for counter Terran. If you lose versus some distance range, or example the enemy don't have the Butcher, because Butcher is very strong versus biological, so you can use example staff slave for kill their onboard riders or for kill gorillas example. So it is a good option for you counter your opponent, okay? But if you build Butcher, attention, because on level 3 Butcher will kill your staff slave, okay? So pay attention on it. Shield slave, it's good for stun the enemies, that's why it's a good reason to for a good begin. You can use it if you don't have, example, the Subblast Vaja. You can use the Shield Slave because he is good for stun enemies, give you some time for your backline, do damage, attack the units. Okay, example, you can do Shield Slave and after Turtle Cube. Okay, because the Turtle Cube on level 3 do more damage on mechanical units, so it's a good option for you, for your backline and frontline. Shield Slave for give you time attack the Terrans. Okay, and Lightning Art, if you don't have it, you can use the first one. Okay, you can use it, the art, the simple. I recommend, of course, you use the Lightning Art because you can attack more enemies at the same time. It is really good. It's a really good unit and have a lot of distance too. But I have just 3 more distance. But he is more strong versus mechanical units. Okay, Lightning Art may be better versus biological units, but it works to versus more to the example. Okay, so it's a good option. And you can use the transformation as I show on the first units, because example, your enemy will begin with a lot heavy flame tower. So what you will upgrade? Maybe you will upgrade the Silver Guardian, or you can upgrade the heavy blade slave for take more can resist more damage. Okay, for the resist more damage, and the Silver Guardian for do more damage. You choose, but example, versus Iron Bird Rider, you can upgrade the Silver Guardian because you need to do more damage on mechanical, and the heavy for resist more. So you choose. Okay, if not, you have Mining Titan, you can use Shield Slave and upgrade him for level 1, level 2. I think it's enough. Okay, Subblast Vaja is a really good option for defend your front line because it's a really good tank. Okay, and it can reflect some damage. That's very important. If you will use it, example, for reflect some damage on motorcycles, example, or Butcher, you can resist some damage on Butcher. And after you can build Staff Slaves, because Staff Slave will burn when the spawn. He'll stay on backs of the Subblast Vaja. Okay, Subblast Vaja born first and after the Staff Slave. If you don't put Subblast Vaja and you put, example, the Vajra, the simple Vajra, it don't really work. Create design like that, but I tested some builds, and the Subblast Vaja, I think, is the only one can born first, then Staff Slave. So it's a good option for protect your Staff Slave, and the Staff Slave will do the damage. And of course, Subblast Vaja do a lot damage too on Terran because he explode and he can do a lot damage on Butchers or Gorillas too. Okay. The normal tactic many Atlac players using is, as I told you, the heavy blade, and after some Silver Guardians. Example, you can do like 10 heavy blade slave, and after you can do 10 Silver Guardians. Okay, 20 units for the start, it's enough, and 1 or 2 chanters, and 1 Skywatch, and 1 Void Fish. Example, if you don't have Void Fish, you can put the other one. Okay, the Shadow Fish. That's the start. You need this start. Okay, and after you can save essence for just buy the strong units like the Turtle Cube, or the Unicorn. You choose. Okay, I have transformation on Turtle Cube because I play more in unicorns, and if my unicorns get a lot counter, about example, if the enemy did a lot interceptors or a lot Asterians and I lose a lot, I will change for the last rounds. Okay, this is important with every race. If you want surprise your enemy, make a surprise for your enemy, just on the last waves, like 43, 44 wave, you can change it, and your enemy don't will be so prepared for change in build 2 for counter you. Okay, so that's why just on the last waves we do it. So you can change the unicorn for turtle cube. It's a good transformation, okay, because turtle cube will do a lot of damage on mechanical. And don't forget front line and back line, this is very important. So you can use, example, some shield slaves, or you can use a lot heavy blade slaves, but you need it for after your turtle cube can do the damage and don't get counter so fast. Okay, this is very important. And you can, example, use the blind sky crab for hold on your unicorns, example, or because your enemy did a lot air, or more opponents did a lot air, you can use blind sky crab. It's the best the best sky crab on Atlac, I think. You have the other, but the other one, the last one, do a lot damage too and more fast, but don't have so many resist. Okay, it's not like a tank. So blind sky crab is what we use more because it can resist a lot damage. And if you will upgrade it for level 1, it take like just, I think it's 16 damage only per second. I don't remember well. Let me check again. If you upgrade it, yes, don't take more than 60 damage for each attack. Sorry, each attack, not second. Each attack. Okay. So this is a really good upgrade for blind sky crab. That's why we use it, because it can resist a lot of damage and do some good damage too. Okay, so upgrade it for level 1, it's enough. Okay, and do a lot of damage and resist a lot. So that's I think the best build for Atlac. And as I show you on the print screens, I show you some builds. So after you do as you want, okay, I just show you some tests I did and worked. Okay, I did it because worked, so you choose. Okay, I explain to you now what you can do. So I will show you now about biological. Okay, what you can do versus biological. This build is only, you can do it versus Terran too, but I use it only versus Yaguai. Okay, why it's only versus Yaguai I use it? So I have Soul Blade Shield Slave, and the other deck I don't have it. So why I have it? That only for versus Yaguai. I have it because a Soul Blade Shield Slave, if you upgrade it for level 1, he destroy every enemy above 5 or 5 armor. Okay, so that's why it worth a lot versus Yaguai, because Yaguai use a lot units and the units are above 5. Example, I will show you fast. Example, if you see example, this build, if you see werewolf above 5, is only 2, he have only 2 armor, pangolin only 4 armor, spider only 4 armor, the ranging minotaur is the best tank I think in Yaguai, is only 5 too, and example bowcat is 5 only too, and other units are like panda, example 2, are above 5 or 5. So that's why Soul Blade on Atlac will work very well versus Yaguai. Okay, some people, example like me, use the rune armor just because I know that, yes, and I use armor for giving more armor. Example on ranging minotaur, so he will have more armor, like 6 or 7 armor. So of course, if my enemy will think about kill me with Soul Blade, it will not affect, because I have one rune especially for this case. Okay, but many people don't have this rune armor, So you can try use it and we will see if your saw blade can kill your enemies with one hit or not. If not, you will see and you will understand this, because your enemy have armor runes. Okay, so that's why I use this unit only versus Yaguai. But I have the transformation. Example, my saw blade don't worth, not effective versus ranging Minotaur or versus the other units in Yaguai. What I will do, I will do the transformation for Black Templar. Why? Because Black Templar do a lot damage versus biological, as you see. Okay, and they have a lot damage and they have a good distance. So if my saw blade don't work, I will transformate for Black Templar, because it can do a lot damage versus tanks and destroy the biological tanks on Yaguai. Okay, so that's why I use it in the transformation, because maybe I will want to don't lose so X points, so I will do it for don't lose and don't spend a lot essence for some trades, etc. Okay, so that's why I use it. It's a really good transformation. And you can use Lightning Ray, because Lightning Ray on level 3 do more damage versus biological units. So this is a good option if you want do the air build, as I show you on the print screens. So if you use it, it's really good. Example, versus Bocat, Shan Master, you can do like 10 of them on air and some Skywatch for protect. Example, for protect the Lightning Ray, and after on backs or the Blind Sky Crab for resist some damage and do a lot of area damage. That's why it's a really good build for air. You can put the Lightning Art, as I told you, because Lightning Art it's very good versus biological too. It can attack a lot units on air. That's why I use it. And Yaguai sometimes they do some transformations, swap some ground for air and a lot units on air, so Lightning Art can kill them, but you need like 5 or more for kill a lot units on Yaguai. So it's a good option. That's why I use it. And I use the transformation for Soul Blast Visor. Why? Because if Atlac is not like Yaguai. Yaguai can do some swaps, not transformation, it's emulation. Can do some emulations and don't lose so many essence. If you will do it, example with Atlac, you don't are prepared with these transformations, you will lose a lot essence and maybe you can't counter the Yaguai so fast. So that's why this is the important transformations on Atlac, because it will give you anti-air and ground. If your enemy swap the air again for ground, you have Soul Blast Visor, because it's a tank and do a lot of damage versus biological, so it's a good option. And you can transformate it fast and don't lose so much essence. That's why we have these transformations. Okay, this is very important. And example, on the peak stage, you don't know if you really will be versus Terran or Yaguai. Example, you think you go versus Yaguai, but in swap stage your opponent swap with another friend and the other friend is Terran. You are not prepared sometimes for it, or you don't can see it. So what you can do, as I do now, is have some preparation for Terran 2. So that's why I have Unicorn Air, because I don't know if my enemy will really be Yaguai as I expect. So I use this Unicorn just for like a protection, for don't expect change. So I use Unicorn, or I can use the Staffless Slave and the Soul Blast Visor on front line, okay, for resist some damage. And of course keep good versus Terran. Unicorn is really strong. You can kill the butcher and you can kill the gorilla, but you need to do a lot, of course, unicorns and upgrade them, and you need some front line for resist the butcher. If not, the butcher of course will reach you and kill you. So this is the best build, I think, versus Yaguai. You can play with this build on air, you can play with this build on ground and counter very fast the Yaguai, okay? So it's a good option for you. I don't have transformation on this one because usually Yaguai begin with wolves, so it's biological, and sometimes pangolin is mechanical, so I can do, as I told you, I can do every blade slave like 10 and another 10 silver guardians, and I don't upgrade it so much. That's why, because I don't care about lose some XP on this first stage, and versus Terran it's important because I really need it, so that's why I have transformation on it, and versus Yaguai not, because I don't will do so SP for upgrade these units, because I will save for by Soul Blade Shield Slave. Example, if you have Meaning Tycoon, the good rune, I will show you. If you have this rune, Meaning Tycoon, you can start with example, if you are the 30 on the 30 place, you can start with Meaning Tycoon, okay, and you can buy the Soul Blade Slave. That's a good option for you. If not, start with the basic units I've shown to you, okay? So that's why I have another build versus mechanical with two shunters, because one do more give me more damage and another give me shield regen. And I have transformation. If you don't have unicorn, you have Tempest Dragon, very good, very good. They do a lot of damage too, and I can change for total good. That's why it's good you have more decks, more page, because you can do more transformations. If your opponent banned something you have or you need, you can swap, okay? That's why. Now here you have another build. It can work 2 versus mechanical, but more versus biological. I can Suprema my enemy too if I don't have the Soul Blade. Example, you can start with Storm, it's good versus wolves, and after for the last waves, don't forget it, the last waves, you can swap it for Lightning Ray, or I mean the Air build, and you have the Swift Sky Crab. If you don't have the Lightning Eye, it's a good option too. And if they ban the example the Blind Sky Crab, because he attack very fast the iron hit, so it's a good option too, okay? So guys, this is the best builds. Of course you can do another's, and if you don't have Black Templar, use Lightning Templar. You can use the other versions, the other needs, if you don't have the last ones or the most powerful. Okay, so it's that. Hope you enjoy. If you have some questions, just tell me, okay? Send me one message on the game, or add me on the game, on the Steam, or the email, okay? Just ask me, I will help you, I will try to help you. Hope you enjoy, and the next video I will speak about Yaguai, okay? So leave a like, hope you enjoy, see you on the next video, thank you.